Hello, everyone. I'm back to talk again about the Health, Wealth, Wellness Summit coming up April 12th. That's going to be not that long away. And today I'm so excited to have Janel with me, one of the speakers again. I'm talking about the Mom Empowerment Track. There'll be 10 different tracks going on at the same time. So you can come, all parents are welcome to the summit. Come take a look at each time. There'll be about 10 different talks to choose from. So you can choose the one that speaks to you. We're speaking directly to the moms out there because we want to empower you, and let's do this motherhood together so we start to enjoy it together. So Janelle's got the perfect topic for us on that note, which is finding your inner light. Tell us a little bit about that, Janelle.
As moms, we kind of get lost being the parent, being the spouse, being the maid, housekeeper, doing everything else, being the employee. We don't take that time for ourselves. And when you take that time for yourselves, it allows you to shine within, and it helps your children. And it also helps even at work when you have that time for yourself, because you come back as a better person, even as a spouse. And a lot of times we just don't do that as women. So that's what I'll be talking about today, or not today, but the 12th.
So I know you have your a book out there too, which I know you have in front of you, so hold it up.
You are your own lighthouse.
Your own lighthouse. So I know you have such great ideas in there because I've read it and I love it, about how moms actually use this time. Because I know we hear this time like you need to take time to yourself. You hear that over and over. But what the heck do you do with that time? What does that even mean? Or what are some ideas you have for moms out there that might just look at them and go, that idea just overwhelms me altogether?
Well, it doesn't have to be a whole day thing. It could just be you get up, 30 minutes before your children do, and you take that time and you can journal. That's something I just started doing, and it has been very, very effective for me. You can take that time to get a workout in, whatever it is that you feel that your body needs. Even for myself this morning, I needed some sleep. So maybe that extra 30 minutes is to get some sleep. But there's other times you go, okay, you know what? I really need to have this time to meditate or go over my finances, because whatever it is that you want to better in your life and improve on, you got to have that time and you got to focus on it and move forward towards that. So even if it's just like 10 minutes, and when it comes to even journaling, if your kids are around, make it a family thing and say, hey, let's sit down and we're all going to just write how we're feeling. Because a lot of times our children don't know how to work with the feelings that they have coming up. And I know for me, I haven't even started working on my feelings up until recently, and not even acknowledging them and realizing how many different feelings there are. So having that time with your kids and allowing them to explore those different feelings and journal about them, even if they're drawing a picture. And I'm a former teacher, so getting those kids down there and they're drawing things, that gets that whatever they're feeling, they may draw it in pictures instead of words. Let them do that. And maybe that's what you need to do too. Maybe you're an artist and you get those feelings out via painting.
Well, I just love that you're talking about the feelings, because I feel as parents, or at least as we grew up and stuff, it's always like, oh, well, don't feel that way, or let's, it's okay. You shouldn't react to it that way, and not letting the kid, not being able to express yourself. And so I felt like for me, I was always holding that in and bottling down my feelings because I wasn't supposed to feel that way. And so with my kids, even when I'm like, man, she's throwing one of her tantrums, right? Again, this can go as long as 45 minutes. I'm like, sometimes I just walk away for a little while. I'm like, it's okay to feel those feels. But then as a mom, it's not that you necessarily have to be there, but just that you just have that time and say, okay, well, when she's ready, then, or he or she is ready, then going to go talk to them about those feelings. But just giving them that time and space to let them out as well. Because I felt, for me, I missed that a little bit.
Yeah, I did too. I felt like I was only allowed to be happy. Like if I got angry, I was supposed to just shove it down. If I was to be sad, yeah, they really didn't want to hear it either. So I basically only had one emotion I was allowed to have. And I didn't know, it wasn't until until after my divorce that I actually was like, oh, what different feelings am I exploring? And that just has opened up a whole new realm for me. I'm just like, wow, I'm allowed to feel just dissatisfied with where I'm at. I'm allowed to be uncomfortable for this time and understand those emotions. And when we can do that, and then we can show our kids how to do that, that is so powerful for them, because then they grow up and they are allowed to go, oh, this is how I'm feeling. And when you're allowed to have those uncomfortable feelings and say, okay, but I'm still okay. I'm uncomfortable with this feeling. I'm angry. But then even when you have that parent that says, okay, you're angry. Why are you angry?
Right.
What is it that's making you angry? And they go, oh, this is what's making me angry. And okay, well, why is your brother or sister making you angry? What's happening? And you can kind of go down and the line and pinpoint what it is, and find out, oh, well, there's a miscommunication. And this whole time they're thinking it's something completely different or whatever it is. They thought that, they took their toy, and actually what they did was they washed it up or something. I don't know. There's something that they saw it differently.
Well, I love how you're saying it. I feel like almost like as parents, we need to be more detectives. Like those feelings are coming from somewhere. And so the more we become and ask questions, and not necessarily say you shouldn't feel that way, but start asking, like you said, like the whys, like why are you feeling that way, or what happened? And what I noticed with my kids, at least, that you can't always ask those right away. Sometimes you need to let them cry it out a little bit and then come back 10 minutes later. And I'll go to my little one who loves to throw the tantrums. I'm like, are you ready to talk? No, I'm not. I'm like, okay, I'll see you in 5 minutes.
And then there's the other ones that need that attention right away.
Right.
So you really have to figure that out. But that's the thing, you have to be a detective with yourself, because if you don't learn yourself, then you're not going to be able to do that as a parent. So, you're not going to do it as well. Let's put it that way. You might be able to do it better for somebody else than for yourself, but it just helps make you a better parent, because then you can understand what they're going through.
Well, it's true, because it comes down to what I've been talking about with all the other speakers too. It's how we model for our kids, because it's always been that limiting belief in the back of my head, like do as I say, not as I do. And like we kind of had that, I think, felt that experience as we were growing up a lot of times too, with teachers and things. And I just felt like that was a lot of it. But now it's like, really, if you want your kids to be happy, healthy adults, they need to be able to see that to become that. And so as you're working on your emotions and realizing, I'm like, I'll be honest, like 5 minutes before I came out with Janel, we were having a screaming match over who's cleaning and doing what. But then I was like, I paused, walked away for a minute. I came back with a compromise. I'm like, I have this meeting coming up. How about you guys just do half an hour, pick up your stuff. When I'm done, I don't want you clean by yourself. I want to help you. I want to do this together. And then they're like, oh, okay, we can, you get some free time in between, and then we'll do some cleaning together. But it's like coming up with those compromises and walking away for a minute, because there was a little bit of screaming going on, but it happens. It's just, what do we do and how do we respond to it rather than react to it? So I had to walk away to regroup and go. All of a sudden when I regroup, and like that idea just flooded into me, and I was like, okay, let's go try this.
But you also you took that time, and then you went back and apologized to her too.
Yes.
Because a lot of times I think as parents we're like, oh, we're right. Parents fail. As a teacher, I was held to this high standard. I'm human. I make mistakes too. I make spelling mistakes. I'm not perfect, and it's the same as parents. We're held to this high standard. We're all learning. We're all on this journey together of learning and growing, and you never stop unless you choose to stop. And if you choose to stop, then you're not going to experience some of the most amazing things that aspects of life has to offer.
Well, on that note, I want to say that I want to welcome everyone to come get more on the Health Wellness Summit. Janel will be there for a whole half an hour with us, going through more details. But before we leave tonight, I want you to, what is just one quick win you can give for moms out there today that they can do to get them jump started down this journey?
Oh, I probably just take that time, like Michelle did. Just if when you're in that tough situation, take that 5 minutes close that bathroom door. The kids will be out there banging or whatever, and just focus on your breath. Just take some deep breaths. I have breath work in my book. The easiest one would be box breath, where you inhale for 5, hold for 5, exhale for 5, hold for 5. That's the easiest one. Whenever I'm training anybody, that's what I start with, because it's the one it's easiest to remember. And if you will need to inhale for 7, and then do 7 for all of them, whatever it is, but that will help calm you down, and do that as many times as you need. That would probably be my number one thing I wish I would have known back when I was raising my daughters.
Well, I love that so much, because the breath is, every time I talk about breath, it just brings a smile on my face, because it is the one thing in our body that we can control, but then is also automatic. So we can always take control of it. And sometimes we don't want to, but you just remember, you always do have that choice to take control of your breath. And then once you take control of it, it brings that calm down in you that you're choosing. And sometimes it's not easy, but just remember, the more you practice it, especially when you're not in the angry, that when you do get angry, then it's easier to do that automatically. So let's remember the breath, and remember the link is in the comments now to come join the Health Wellness Summit. Free registration. I believe we're going to be track 1, and I'm going to have a whole bunch of mom empowerment track lined up for you out there. Let's do motherhood together. Let's do it joyfully. And so we can't wait to see you there. Bye, everyone.